any fears regarding any types of different spiritual walks in life or different religious practices to be ultimately looked at, because it's causing some tension here, I feel. And it's causing a little fear of how to kind of handle these in different spiritual and religious backgrounds. So the square is creating some tension in order to bring it up to the surface and say that, you know, what works for some may not work for others. However, if we can step back and take away the fear from the spiritual realm and the spiritual nature within life, if we could just take a step back and just view it as just creating a sense of oneness, we can all agree that doesn't matter what religion or spirituality you are, the point is there's this brotherhood, there's this sense of oneness, the collective, united, and the power of unity, and just tolerance and acceptance. We can kind of shake this fear here within the mutable energy of Gemini and Pisces with Black Moon Lilith squaring Neptune. So that just about does it for all of the aspects that I'm seeing generally with this new moon in Aquarius. So now I'm going to start with Pisces and go around the wheel and elaborate what is going on for each sign with the new moon. So Pisces, the new moon will be going on in your first house, house of self, your navigational energy within your life path. And this is bringing, Pisces, it's happening in your 12th house, Aquarius is the first, of course. So Pisces, the new moon in Aquarius is happening in your 12th house. So with Saturn here, with the new moon, I'm just going to speak of Saturn because it's conjunct the new moon here. Within your 12th house, Pisces, there is a sense of having this renewal of the self-inhibiting subconscious tar that needs to be cleansed out of your subconscious, and in order to bring this new sense of inner peace, because with your 12th house here, this is a lot of things that have to do with kind of deeply rooted fear, you know, your dream state. It's the hidden realm of the psyche here. So it's a lot of hidden things that can be self-inhibiting. It can cause a lot of self-consciousness, a lot of inhibition in life. And also, it's a psychic house, and it's very mystical in that nature. However, it creates a lot of solitude and a lot of energy that can feel very isolating. So this is going to be with Saturn here and the new moon happening in Aquarius, Pisces, this is going to allow for this cleansing of the subconscious, and you're going to be able to practically feel out what needs to be addressed with the way you feel about your inner world. For example, if your inner world is weaker than your outer, and it's just your mentality or your mindset, Saturn here is going to provide some structure and some solid foundation and some boundaries in order to keep the energy very constricted in a way where you don't get too much in your head, and you can ultimately kind of accept the things that you can't change mentally, and you can create some very solid structure and some you can create some an action plan that will help to give you a stronger sense of your place in the world and how you feel with your relationships in life, and how you process things, and how you just feel about yourself when you're alone, and how you can find some inner peace that that's just going to feel just as if it's going to bring some structure within your subconscious. That way you don't always internalize things in a way where you feel like there's no answer or there's no solutions to any of your internal dialogue that has you questioning whether or not you can achieve or move forward or unblock anything that can be mentally inhibiting, Pisces. So now moving to Aquarius. Aquarius, the new moon is happening in your first house. So with Saturn here, this is ultimately bringing in some new energy with how you feel about yourself, your health, your physical embodiment, your persona, the way you navigate through life here. I feel as if there's going to be this refreshing energy with your direction in life, and with Saturn here, it is allowing for a sense of determination with how you go about addressing your needs in the world. Okay? You're going to feel very serious, Aquarius, with this new moon, about how you vibe with others, and you're going to move about in the world with a more ambitious disposition. So other people are going to very much see you're serious about the goals you want to achieve here in life moving forward. And also, Aquarius, with this new moon in your first house with Saturn here, you're just getting very disciplined within yourself. So wherever you felt as if you didn't have the endurance to get things done, with this new moon here in your first house, you will with Saturn here. Saturn is going to give you the willpower, the stamina, and the endurance to meet long-term goals and stay committed to your beaten path. Okay, Aquarius? So, for Capricorn, this is happening, the new moon is happening in your second house. So Capricorn, with the new moon happening in your second house, with Saturn here, this is bringing in a new energy of your self-worth and ultimately it's shedding some light on your possessions and what possessions are useful and what aren't. So I feel like with this new moon happening in your second house, with Saturn here, Capricorn, it's allowing for you to become more disciplined and structured within the way you manifest your the way you manifest your ability to generate resources, and also how you can create some more structure around your self-expression and in order to just create higher self-esteem. That way you can generate here more resources and create a long-lasting revenue stream for yourself here. So the new moon is definitely going to open up the opportunity for the intentions of creating a more disciplined way of generating resources for yourself, and it's going to allow to kind of address any kind of self-inhibiting tendencies that almost prohibit your ability to generate resources here. So also this is going to allow you to get rid of possessions that no longer serve, and basically just keep the possessions that you have that are useful and that do kind of stand the test of time, and getting rid of anything that is disposable or that doesn't serve, that you don't no longer need. Possessions like that don't last very long aren't going to be of any interest. So now moving to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, this new moon is happening in your third house. So with the new moon in your third house with Saturn, this is bringing in some newness regarding your relationship within the community, what you do in the community. And Saturn is bringing in some structure here so that you can feel very much supported here in the community in a very disciplined way. So you'll be able to kind of just go about with your responsibilities within the community in a way where there is this sense of proficiency with the give and take here. So basically I feel like there's a lot of stable energy that is going on within your connection here with community. And as far as short-term travel, you have this new moon here with Saturn creating just a sense of just having very clear, distinct ways of executing what it is that you need to do within community and just within your locality. So and also I feel like anything going on with siblings here, they will be some resolution here with the new moon, and Saturn will bring in some solidifying energy that can ultimately just bridge the gap between any distance that may have been formed from connections with siblings that maybe you haven't been in touch with for quite some time, Sagittarius. So with this energy of the new moon, and Saturn, it will bring an energy of just being able to be very honest with siblings and people that are close to you that kind of have this kind of connection with you on a close friendship type level, or family level here. So they will be this this logical, stoic kind of energy that can ultimately get to the bottom of whatever it is that needs to be addressed, and it can be addressed with you and your loved ones here. So Sagittarius, also with the third house, you will be able to kind of communicate also your needs in a very direct, sensible way. I feel like you're going to be very honest